By popular request, well, from one of my subscribers, I'm reverting back to using my rather monotone voice, aided by my bottom-of-the-range microphone, instead of the more recent text-based videos. So don't blame me, blame he who will remain anonymous. I'm sure many of you have heard of the Elliott argument, EA, from Chad Elliot, YouTube username Fivethirty. His initial challenge is in the link below, but he has made subsequent videos. It goes something like this. Without an uncaused creator, then atheists must believe either space and time are eternal, or something can come from nothing and then create the entire universe. He incorrectly claims there are no other options. The acronyms are Chad's, and needless to say, he confuses himself on these when he unwittingly changes them over time within his own videos. Obviously, he's been totally pwned by many on this rather William Lane Craig type challenge, and since his comments are approval pending, he can choose when not to publish any such pwnage comments, and hence still claim that the Elliott argument has not been beaten. Nothing new there then for a creationist, eh? Now obviously there are more options than STE and SCPNCEU. The most obvious being, we simply do not know. Nobody knows. We cannot know what we don't know. Also, we cannot assume that time, possibly in a different manifestation, did not exist prior to the universe. Also, the universe could be uncaused without the need for complicating matters by inserting a creator. I won't cover these here, as others, such as Paulchartley, have adequately done so. His video's in the description. And no doubt so will YouTuber SoretaYuki, assuming Chad accepts his challenge for a debate. Now, Chad states that his argument makes no claims for the uncaused creator, yet makes it part of his argument. Figure that one out if you will. He also states that he is not making a claim to the existence of God, yet he refuses to discuss the definition of atheism, totally ignoring that atheism only exists because others do claim the existence of God. He is putting his own personal definition of atheism over the actual definition. All of this, of course, is a way of shirking the burden of proof from the claimant to the skeptic. Now, I'm sure Chad is under the impression that if nobody can come up with any alternatives to STE and SCPNCEU, then by default the uncaused creator must be valid. Otherwise, why did he mention it from the beginning? In reality, Chad is proposing the uncaused creator, but doesn't want the embarrassment of defending it. He made it a condition of the Elliott argument, so defend it he must, and without being able to do so, the Elliott argument becomes totally meaningless, and crashes before it even gets off the ground. So, here, I'm going to concentrate solely on the feasibility of the uncaused creator. Ladies and gentlemen, this challenge I am making against the existence of an uncaused creator will henceforth be known as the Charred Jellytot argument, acronym JA. Or JAR, as in past de weed mon. So to begin with, for the uncaused creator to be a creator, as opposed to just an unintelligent cause, then it must have sentience. By unintelligent cause, I mean the sort of chain reaction that you get, say, when a butterfly farts in Peru, triggering a chain reaction, culminating in a tornado in Bradford, about which the butterfly cares not a jot. Now, among other things, sentience requires both knowledge and the capacity for premeditation. There is no getting away from it. Knowledge has to be acquired. You can't get something from nothing, as we are constantly told by creationists. There are no precedents to anything to the contrary. To acquire something requires time. Now, premeditation involves the concept of something and the implementation of that something, each of these being events, and events can only be separated by some form of time. However, creationists cherry-pick whatever mainstream science is convenient to their worldview. They will tell you that time only came into being at the start of the universe. Prior to the universe, there was only the potential for time as we know it, and creationists themselves are adamant that time did not exist until the universe came into being. Since we have established that a sentient God must require time, then it could not exist before the beginning of the universe. Oh, and yes, any creator must be an it, not a he. Sorry, all you Abrahamics out there. Therefore, if it existed at all, then it must have come into existence at the same time as, or after the universe, in which case it cannot be the creator. It cannot be God. So we can only conclude that an uncaused creator is impossible. Only a caused creator, or God, is a possibility. And then, my dear creationists, we enter the infinite regress problem, which is a form of evolution. Whoops! Now, if any creationists want to answer this challenge with the baseless slogan that God is timeless and spaceless, then this will just not do. I want some evidence for a timeless, spaceless God, and I want to know how a timeless, spaceless being can even possibly exist. Failure to make any coherent arguments for this places you in the failed, well, God just did it drawer. So address the points I have made here, disproving an uncaused creator. I won't let you get away with baseless slogans that you may think sound cool to creationist sheep, but for which you have no explanation as to how you arrived at such a declaration. And that includes you, William Lane Craig. There's as much chance of there being an uncaused creator as there is for an uncaused crater. So let's hear it for the Charred Jellytot argument. Thank you.